Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Eruvin, Perek Yod Mishnah Yudalet. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to discuss a Kohen who injured his finger, right? And again, the distinction between the Bet Mikdash and the Medina. Kohen Shalakab Etzvav, a person, the Kohen hurt his finger, was bleeding. He could wrap a reed around it in the Mikdash. Now, why do we choose a reed over here? So Rambam says this was normally used, right? They spoke in just a normal fashion, but if it was something else that they needed to use, they could use that as well. But not in the Medina. The point over here, why is he allowed to go ahead? He could go ahead and tie this reed, right? Go ahead and tie this reed, this bandage, and it'll basically cover his wound of the Bet Mikdash, and he's allowed to still work, right? Because it's not something permanent, and as long as condition that it's not going to be chotzetz, it's not acting as a partition, a separation between what he's holding, right? If he's holding a knife to do slaughtering, or mizrak, right, for the catching of the blood, again, it can't be between. It can't be separating between his flesh, his finger, and the item itself. Now, the Mishnah continues, but if you tie it around in order to, remove more blood, to push more blood out, that's not allowed. Again, because you're not allowed to, go ahead and, injure and draw blood on Shabbat. Right? It could be bozek melach. What is bozek? So it comes to the language of Yahazkel, kimareh bazak, right? When the hayot, it speaks about the angels, the hayot, that were kimareh bazak, like a lightning, like it comes in and out and flashes, right? So also when you sprinkle salt, right, you do so in just these like spurts, right? That's what we got the language of bozkin melach. Now you do that, right? You could sprinkle this salt on the ramp of the mizbeach, so a person doesn't slip, right? They would, a lot of times they place the meats on the ramp of the mizbeach, and it could get fatty, slippery. So you sprinkle salt so nobody slips. You could go ahead. Harambam is good as gula, not gola, right? You can fill it from the right, this gula cistern on Shabbat, right, and from these other two cisterns on Yom Tov. And what's the idea over here? So in general, right, this the bora gula would be this cistern in one of the chambers in the Mikdash, and there was this big galgal, right, a wheel on top, which made it very easy to draw water, but it also made noise. Now that's why it's and it would make this this noise when they were drawing the water. Similarly, the bora gadol and bera haker, right, they would make this noise. Haker and heker also come from the same language, and it's also called as based off the pasuk in Yirmiyahu, ki akir bayir memeh, right, when you draw water from a well, right? That's the same language over here. Now, also these other two cisterns that we're talking about, what happens when they were coming up for Aliyah, when they would come up for Laregil, the Nevi'im, right, allowed them, right? They allowed them to go ahead and draw from these cisterns, even though it was very easy, right? It becomes very easy once you have a wheel on top, right? It becomes very easy to draw the water. Now, usually, if it's became very easy, we worry that people may come and use it to go ahead and just draw water for their garden, or just go ahead and take water and start to carry it on Shabbat, because it became so easy. And therefore, we're saying that these would be allowed, right? Because the Nevi'im allowed it in this instance. They can continue to use it. Now, the noise that it made would not be asur. Right? There's nothing wrong with making noise on Shabbat unless it's instrumental, right? If it's for a nigun, if it's for some type of song, only then does it become asur. And this when they say in the Gemara, the only time right? It has to be singing, noise of music. That's the only time it's really asur. But if he's cranking a wheel to fill up water from a cistern, that would be allowed. There's nothing wrong with that. And then just parenthetically at the end, everything we mentioned earlier, what we're allowed to do in the Bet Mikdash, right? These past few Mishnayot, when is it allowed? If you're doing it for something that's a chova on Shabbat, right? You're doing it for the avodah in the Bet Mikdash. You need to work on Shabbat. You need to bring this korban. You need to, whatever it may be, right? If you have to do it on Shabbat, then Chachamim are not gozer mishum shevut. If there's anything d'Rabbanan, right, that could possibly prevent this avodah from being done, Chachamim are not gozer. They don't get in the way of performing this mitzvah in the mikdash. And this is what we say in shevut b'mikdash, right? Or shevut mikdash b'mikdash yitiru. Right, that's what this statement means. If there's a shivut d'Rabbanan in the mikdash, b'mikdash yitiru, we allow it to be done in the Beit Hamikdash.